Right, question number 4. Somebody's asked me the the question, what do I think of socialism? Hey, real quick, it's interesting talking about evolution. Really, out of the 19th century came 3 massive philosophies that I think Satan has used to change and deform and try to form the world around his agenda. Darwinian evolution through Charles Darwin, Freudian psychology through Sigmund Freud, and the last one would be what we would today probably call socialism through Karl Marx, Das Kapital. And what do I think of socialism? Okay, let me give you a quick answer on that one. Let me say this, number 1, I don't want to live in reaction to any ism, anything. If somebody wants to come and say, Graham, are you for this or against this? I'll often say I'm neither. I'm for the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So if somebody comes to me and says, Graham, are you for the Republicans or for the Democrats? I'm for neither. I'm for truth. And I know that upsets some people. So I'm for the Republicans when they're for truth, and I'm for the Democrats when they're for truth. So I am not for socialism. I think in any system there are some truths. And, you know, the truth that society should help the poorer in its midst, absolutely. But that didn't come from Karl Marx. That came from the Bible. Yeah. And then, as we all know, the problem, I think we'd all agree, everybody I know would agree we should help the poor. The question is, who are the poor? And then the question is, how do we help the poor? And where is that line where we're no longer helping somebody, we're actually empowering and enabling a lifestyle? So I don't believe in social. I think one of the dangers of socialism is it replaces God with the state. Let me say that again really simply. One of the dangers of socialism is it replaces God with the state. Now again, that doesn't mean I'm necessarily for any kind of 1980s version of Wall Street, the movie, of capitalism. Greed is good. Greed is not good. No matter what, I don't follow Gordon Gekko, I follow Jesus Christ. So, there are dangers in unbridled capitalism as well. I think the truth of capitalism is it's much nearer to God's system that would say work hard and you get the benefits of your labors. That if you're somebody who studies and works really hard, you probably will do well in life. And if you're lazy and you don't, you won't. So again, there are little pieces of truth in there. But no, I don't believe in some system of mankind becoming its own savior. And I think that is the greatest danger, I would say, in socialism. If you really want to know what I read as socialism, I would be a great fan of George Orwell. I would read Animal Farm. Really great story. I don't know if kids still read it today, but it's about a revolution on a farm. It's really a meme, a parable of the Soviet Revolution, the October Revolution of 1917. Where the animals in the farm throw out the farmer and they have a wonderful workers' paradise where we're all equal. They write at the beginning of the book, all animals are equal on the barn. But of course, by the end of the story, one branch of animals, the pigs, have taken over. And as the animals are sent out to slaughter at the end of the book, they notice somebody's written underneath the barn. So the animals can't quite remember what the original phrase of, and at the end of the book it says, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. And that's usually what socialism ends up with this great state of equality and people starving to death. And I think if we want to, the danger is in our colleges and universities, we can teach theories and models and look at them and debate them. But what we actually should do is look at history and see where have they actually been put into practice. Frankly, if you want to know what socialism looks like, look at the countries that have embraced it fully. And again, I think there are little pieces of truth in there. Let me, one last thought here, just to annoy everybody. The danger with all these things is most of our countries are very socialist, and there's always this tension between kind of government programs and private enterprise. I know I've spoken to many people in America and go, oh, this is not a socialist country. And I love the opportunity and the freedom in America, but at times we don't even notice things. I remember saying to somebody here once, we have socialized roads in America. And they were looking at me like I'm crazy. And I said, just think it through. We don't have, every little road you turn on, it's not a private road where you stick a coin in, like a toll booth to go from this road to that road. what we've done as society is we've taken over roads and said we'll pay a tax, or several, and we'll let responsible drivers be free to use the roads. But as we know, and as you would find out in the town I'm living in here, whenever things are paid from the collectivity through taxation, the quality of things goes down as well, as exemplified by all the potholes in my town here of Sturbridge. So I think with all of these systems, all of these methodologies, none of them are perfect. And the danger with all of them is they fall down through frankly, the brokenness and the sinfulness of man. So any perfect system that's set up will only work when you put perfect people in it.